This is the industrial networking class. Industrial networking, and we're going to discuss project one. So project one requires us to wire a SLC 500/03 to turn on a light with a local switch. All right, so we're going to go in and from control power and neutral. So we're going to go from control power. We're going to go hot to our switch. Our switch is going to go back into an input of the 500/03, and then we're going to go from the inputs of our 500/03 back to neutral. And then we're going to go and have a light, and we're going to go hot to an output card. I could spell output card of the 500/03. Go to the switch, and then we're going to go back to neutral. So there's all of 4 wires to run, 1 switch to mount, and a 500/03 to worry about. Okay, so that's the first part. Wire the SCL, the 500/03 to turn on a light from a local switch. This is an Allen Bradley microprocessor. Then we want to program the SLC 500/03 to turn on the light from the local switch. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to establish communications. So we're going to open up RS Link, which is our communication length. Go to our DF1 connection, go to the squiggly line in the middle, and do a auto configure. And this will configure us to talk to that SLC. Alright, so our automatic configuration is successful, so that's good. We close that. We close that. The the RS Link program has to stay active. So we're going to minimize it, but keep it running. Then we're going to open the 500 program, and so we're going to open the RS Logic 500 program. And then, let's see, I got it. Okay, so I got it. Then what we're going to do is go to communications, who active online. And we're going to click on the 500/03 that we're hooked up to. Obviously I ran a wire up to that guy. This is a DF1 connection we're doing, and it's channel 1 because I'm talking from this computer directly to that unit that's on a network with 500 with another 6 of his friends, but I can only see one of them because I'm coming in from the serial port. Okay, so I'm gonna say OK, and what this is going to do is I'm going to create a new file. What this is going to do is bring into my 500 program everything associated with the 500/03 microprocessor that I'm connected to. So I need to know what channel it is. I need to know the node of the network. I need to know where all my cards are in the machine. And this is going to bring all that stuff in, so I don't have to put it in manually, which would be a pain in the backside if I was going to do that. Okay, so we're waiting for it to get done. and patiently doing so. And currently there is a file there already, and we will go to offline because we want to make a new program. And I'm going to say no. We probably wanted to say yes there. We'll find out. Now I'm thinking about it, but we'll see if no worked. And uploading is the process of bringing things from the program logic controller into this computer. Downloading is the process of things leaving this computer and going into the microprocessor. Okay, so we're offline. It says that we're channel 1, node 1 for the DF1 connection. That's true. We look at the communications and we look at channel 1 and we see we're node 12, and we look up at the machine we're connected to and it says node 12 because I put a sticker on it that says node 12. And the network is at the awesome baud rate of 19.2K. We're not going to change that. That's fine. We look at the input-output configuration and we see we have a microprocessor and operating system 302. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards associated with those slots. There are a total of 7 slots. The 6th one is empty. I look up and I say, yep, that's right. The 6th one is empty. So that's okay too. And now I'm going to make my program. So I'm going to delete what's there. Maybe I'm going to delete what's there. It's hard to say. Now that it's red, I'm hitting the delete button and I'm deleting the program that's there. I'm going to have one run. I'm going to make this a little bigger. I'm going to have some input, turn on some light, so I need an output. I need an address for the input. So I look up and see where I wired my input card, and I see my input card is in slot 1. So, and I wired up to input 0. So I want input :1 for the slot I'm in, /0, and that's going to be my input. And then my output, grab the output. Thank you very much for putting me in the right space. I already have an output, that's why it did that. All right, so I go to my output and I look up and I see that my output card is in slot 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So O:5/0 is my output. I'm going to check for errors. There are no errors. I see that my input's associated with an input card. That's good. And my output's associated with an output card. That is even more wonderful. And my output card is an output relay card for some reason, but that's just the way it is in this guy. Okay. And then I say, now I can download the program and run it. When I hit my switch, the light's going to come on. Okay, that's fine. I come down and I see that the next thing I'm going to have to do is have the panel view also turn on this light. Okay, well, the panel view can't operate an input. The input can only be operated from an input. The input card, I can force it on, but the panel view won't be able to turn it on. Translated into English, I'm going to need a relay. I'm going to need a binary bit that the panel view can control. B3:0/0. And so that's going to be there for the panel view. So now I really should go, I'll do a green check here. And then to be consistent, I need to go and label things because labeling is very important. So I'm going to call this something cool like input 0. And I'm going to call this something output 0. Clearly, in a one-line program, my descriptors are interesting. Output 0. And why did that happen that way? I don't know. Description, output 0. And then I want to get rid of this green thing where I was labeling I was labeling the symbol, not the address of the output. And then I'll do a description for the binary bit as panel view. I think there's 2 ends maybe. No, I don't think so. Panel. Spelling doesn't count. Input. Okay, so I've done that, and now I'm ready to download the program. And I'll say this is Project 1. Project 1 Doug, if I could spell Doug. And are we downloading? Yes, we are. We're downloading into a 503, and we're writing something from a 503. Now, the guy we're going into is the CD guy, and this guy is telling us that we really have a serial E. I'm not sure why that's happening, but I don't really care because it's going to work. And now I go and my program goes in. And then we go back to run mode. And why in the world is our output on? I have no idea. Oh, I'm not online yet. That's why I have no idea. Okay, so now we're in run. The green output guy is now off because he's not on. If I were to make the panel view, turn that guy on, my light would come on. And if I were to turn my switch on, my light would come on. Or not. It is being stubborn, isn't it? Oh well, can't have everything. That's how I would write the program to do project number 1. You still have the panel view program to write. That should be rather simple. Make sure I'm standing there where you're doing it the first time.